Good morning. I am testing this out and I am trying a new system, so I am going to unmute myself and see if it's working. Good morning. Yes, yay, okay. Well, it looks like I am up and running. So this is a new experiment for me today because not only am I going to try a really different style than I have done in the past, I want to do a sports portrait with one of my favorite models. This is Bella. She is, I think, 13 years old now, and she's awesome, and she's probably going to be in the I wouldn't even know what year she'd be first eligible. I think probably 18. But I know she wants to compete in the Olympics, and she's a great hockey player. So we're going to try this out and see how this works. Have I paused that? No, I don't mean to have paused that. All right. So, but I want to do something that's grittier, and I also have an entirely other issue that I'm dealing with for the first time, which is I'm on a PC. I for years have worked on Mac, and the problem with my Mac is it's getting a little elderly, and that's pretty good. As it's getting a little elderly, it is now time that I start thinking about updating. And funny thing is, I've been on a ooh, that looks really good. I like that. I mean, I love her hair free, but there's something about that I'm really liking. I don't think. Yeah, I think this is the image. Okay. So I've been on a Mac, and I've been on a laptop, and I've gotten to the point where the laptop isn't working for me so much anymore. Sorry. So it's gotten a little buggy, so it's the time I would buy a new one, but I don't know any of the hotkeys anymore. No, I don't want. Okay, here we go. Edit in. Let's see if I can find. I want to try something a little different. But I normally buy a new laptop because I've been doing. I've been doing. No, I don't want any of those. Laptops for a while because I was freelancing, and as a freelancer, it was just easier to take things into or to be able to walk around with my laptop and say, okay, got this, don't need to worry about what whoever I'm going into has it. I can just do my own thing. Well, I don't need the laptop anymore, and so I could go test desktop, but the Apple desktops aren't that great, and the new Apple laptop isn't that great. And my husband pointed out I have a perfectly acceptable PC. Actually, more than perfectly acceptable. It's a kick-ass game machine, so I might as well try it for this stuff. Alright, so I wanted to bring this into RAW, and I don't even know if I have RAW set up. So I'm going to actually look at Creative Cloud. Apps. Nope. Okay, I'm going to try just opening this straight, see if this will work. This is 1687. So this is not the way I usually work. I usually do my adjustments in Lightroom, but I want to try this new system, or this new setup. I'm going to have to talk to my husband about how to make these drives be not change names, because that causes a problem in Lightroom, which I fixed already, but is something that I'm going to need to worry about long term. So I need 1687. 1687 is right here. So open with choose another app. More apps. Actually close. Let's see if it'll just, if I say open with Photoshop, if it will send it to raw, because it should. And that's what I want to do. Yes, it did. Okay. So I'm going to start out, and I am going to decrease some of my shadows here. I'm going to bring that up here. I'm going to pull down some of my highlights. I'm actually trying to flatten it out a little bit. I'm going to lower my contrast a little bit. And I'm going to raise my clarity. So my purpose of her here, she is a beautiful girl. I'm going to try to make her look like a badass. So let me see what I got in here. I actually want this at 16. And I'm going to open it in Photoshop as a smart object. Oh, and then I'm going to actually open the object. So, once I've got this going, cool. I don't need that. So here we are. I'm actually, well, I'm not going to worry about it yet. Oops. Don't crop. So this is a smart object. You can tell by the little icon right there. And I am going to create new smart object via copy, which means that these are both attached to that one two different files instead of one. So that is the important thing here, because now I can go here and I can make this black convert to grayscale, and now I can play with her skin tones. And I'm gonna change that a little bit here and make some of these a little bit different. Okay. So the nice thing is, if I didn't do that, if I just had done a regular copy and not done it as a smart object via copy, then this would have changed too, because this is also a smart object. So having done that, I'm going to do a soft light on this, and I'm going to go. Oops, I'm going to go in a little closer and look at her face here. She looks really nice and badass. So what that did was that added some texture, some darkness, some richness to the picture. So I am happy with that. I'm going to come back out. I am going to crop this down because I've got far more image than I need. Oops. I don't know if you guys can hear that like bloom tone every time I press the wrong button, so I apologize. There we go. That's looking good. I'm actually, since I am happy with all these colors are looking really like I want it to look. Oh, this poor C. I may try to fix this a little bit because she is the captain of her team, and that is not supposed to be on with tape. That is supposed to be a real C. But let's put that together, and sorry, that's not where that happens. I'm going to merge layers. Okay, cool. So now I'm actually going to prep the ice arena. Maybe. So I didn't have a picture. Yay. Okay, I didn't have a picture of an ice arena or a hockey rink. So I decided, like I could have gone out and shot one. And probably that's the better thing to do. But for right now, this is going to be the background. I thought, I'll just find one online. I went out, I looked for the largest one I could. It's probably still not going to be big enough to do what I want to do. Actually, let me look and see what is. Let's take this. I think mine usually come in image. Okay, so it's 300. Oh, and I forgot to actually look at the inches with that. 300 at 16 by 18. Cancel. So here, oh, for freak's sake. Alright. Oops. I don't want that to resample. I want it to change the size. So, sorry. Unclick resample. Then change this to 300. 8 by 10. Okay. Here's a cheat. Actually, I may have blow up already installed. So if I do, I'll use it. I do not. Alright, so I do have a program called Alien Skin Blow Up. It was part of a package they use. But I'm going to go old school. And again, this is background, so if it's a little not perfect, I'm okay. I'm going to be darkening it down a lot. I want the focus really to be on Bella. But old school hack in how to make something 300 dpi when it's not in the right size you need it. Is to do your image size, and here we are going to resample, and I'm going to make this 600. Now I'm doubling the resolution exactly. And the reason why is because if you double it exactly, it is going to clone all the pixels that it sees. If you just sort of pick a number that's not quite there, it will have to make decisions. I don't want this to make decisions. I just want it to clone everything it sees. And again, sometimes this doesn't work very well. Sometimes it works pretty damn well. But I used it when we were in GamePro and we had a lot of images we needed to use, and not the right size a lot of times. It worked better than it should have. So now I'm going to not resample, and I'm going to take it back down to 300, which is exactly the size I want it to be. So that's pretty good. So this was not a raw file. If it was a raw file, I would have treated it exactly the way I did the other one. But because it's not, I'm actually going to do the same kind of thing, but with adjustment layers. So I'm going to, oops, actually I don't want this one. Let's not do this one. I'm going to do exposure. I'm going to make it a little darker because it's a little, a little too bright. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. I'm still getting used to the Wacom tablet on the PC, so things do not work as much as I want them to. I'm going to do color master, pull the saturation down a little bit. See, stop just showing me it to actually do it. Alright, fine. -20. There we go. People forget if you can't drag, you can always use the thing for some reason if your computer is being a jerk to you, like mine just was. What was the other thing that I did? Okay, so now I'm going to actually duplicate this, bring it up to here, and remember, everything I did with adjustment layer. So I'm going to do another hue saturation layer, and I'm going to clip it just to that. I am going to take the saturation completely out, and now this isn't quite the same thing. Yellows, I'm going to play around with that a little bit, but it does a little bit of it. Or maybe not at all. Okay. Well, then I'm just going to merge those two layers together, and I'm going to do a soft light just to get a little bit of the same look there. Alright. So I'm going to say this is my background. So this is the file I'm going to bring the other file into. Alright, so that means I need to pick you